You guys remember that movie, Avengers Age of Ultron? The movie where Ultron was agreed by many to be severely underpowered and was just kind of like a setup villain for Thanos in the Infinity Saga. In the Marvel What Ifs, they kind of let you know how close the Avengers came to really losing, how powerful was Ultron really, or how powerful could he have been if he succeeded? Because you remember when he created his artificial intelligence known as Vision, who was supposed to be a vessel for his new body, but that turned out to be different and Vision ended up turning against him. But in the What If, they're kind of letting you know that if he would have succeeded, these two would have ended up doing the fusion technique. I mean, Vision is already considered a powerhouse, but fusion with Ultron himself in the same body would have been a lot bigger a threat. But it doesn't even stop there. They explore this, and they even give him the almighty Infinity Stones we see Thanos using, but Ultron actually having the Infinity Stones, becoming a pure evil murder bot, where Ultron just kind of took over his world, and even all the heroes fell to his might. In this what if dimension, Ultron still ended up fighting the Avengers, kind of similar, but it just kind of went sideways a lot faster in this universe. They even show like we saw in our main continuity, but they're just going to show a little bit different, like with the Avengers assembling and stuff like that, the amazing circle that we all love. This was evidently his original plan in Avengers Age of Ultron, but the Avengers stopped it. An Infinity Stone fused with an artificial body, all into one. One Infinity Stone is already infinite power. Imagine adding other infinite power on top of that, but I'm gonna get to that in a second. The Watcher even references our main universe on how the Avengers stole the cradle, but in this universe, the Avengers didn't steal the cradle.
Stole the cradle and used it to create the hero, Vision. But in this universe, Ultron got his wish.
Just check out the narration. With the infinite power of the Mind Stone, Ultron began to lay waste to the planet. They didn't really show the fight between Ultron and his state, but evidently he took out Thor and the Hulk off panel. The only heroes who were left was Hawkeye and Black Widow.
It's evolution.
A lot of people get aggravated at this because in the movies, we haven't really seen Vision to be portrayed this strong in our main universe. But I guess Vision's murder intent to not just spam the Mind Stone every time, I guess that's the reason, because he technically does have infinite power in that gem. Technically, Vision should be the strongest Avenger because of the Infinity Stones, but you know how they kind of downplayed Vision in these movies, kind of made it seem like the Infinity Stone wasn't that big of a deal, even though it technically is. Look at the big wave of energy he can just produce on the spot like this. Launching nukes around the planet. Yeah, he wasn't playing no games. Probably the only part I would say is terrible writing is this part. Thanos literally had this many stones, but yet he still just one-shotted him. Like, come on now. There's been characters that are not necessarily Infinity Stone users that can survive a blast from the Infinity Stones before in the past. But like I said, it's an alternate dimension. This dimension, Thanos could have been a lot weaker. Who knows? Characters like Iron Man has withstood blasts from Infinity Stones before in the main continuity. Black Order weapons have even blocked the Infinity Stone blast before. I'm just saying. It was just weird for these stones to be this strong to cut Thanos in half that easy. If Black Order weapons can just deflect it like that. Another possible explanation is that these universe Infinity Stones are even better than the Infinity Stones we saw in the past, because Ultron did say that these Infinity Stones are unique from the main continuity universe's Infinity Stones.
Every universe is different. The Infinity Stones are unique.
Designed to destroy the stones on my world, not his.
This could also be the reason why the stones seem so much more powerful than the ones we saw. Not to mention the stones don't seem to affect his body like other organic beings used to use the stones, used to be affected badly. If any of you got a better explanation onto why Thanos got beat this fast, that's the only thing I got for you. I mean, the episode kind of gave you evidence that these stones are just completely unique. Not to mention this Thanos could have been weaker, who knows, you know? Or it could just be terrible writing. You know what I mean? Like, for real though, it's already bad enough that he literally is fused with the body as a Vision. On top of that, already having an Infinity Stone, then getting the rest of the Infinity Stones? Talking about infinite power times 5. He ultimately transcended. He can see everything, worlds beyond his own. They're kind of acting similar to the comic book Infinity Stones, if I'm being real. Doesn't have no price when using such. Making more drones of himself, out of matter. All this power under his control. He was so powerful, he went from world to world, destroying different worlds, even Asgard. Probably killed Odin. With a blast like that, he could blast away Asgard with his power. The Guardians of the Galaxy's universe gets blasted away. Blasted away Sakaar. Even Ego, a celestial being. Xandar didn't stand a chance. Too much power. Captain Marvel even tried to stop him. Captain Marvel of this universe. Ridiculous. She tried to kill Ultron, drilling him through the planet. Ultron eating all her attacks. Overpowering her. She's light work, blowing up the whole planet. Actually, the solar system. Think about it. Each Infinity Stone can destroy worlds with ease. Ultron literally blasted away the entire solar system, as well as killing this universe's version of Captain Marvel Carol Danvers of this universe and killing her in the process. Oh, my apologies. He didn't blast away the entire solar system. He blasted away the entire universe. Every single planet in the universe implication. They even confirm it, even though they don't show every single planet. Obviously, there's too many planets to show on screen, but they kind of confirm it on screen by literally saying,
He's done. At last.
he was literally in an empty universe by himself, but his power level kept increasing to where he achieved a new level of consciousness, to where he started perceiving things outside of the universe, like the Watcher, a being beyond space and time. They even say it, basking in the boundless silence of his universe. His entire universe, his life is destroyed. The narration even stated he ascended. He didn't just stay at a certain power level, so the stones are affecting him differently than I've seen other people in the Marvel Cinematic Universe before. Yes, he became aware of the Watcher who exists outside of space and time, outside the universe. This is what they say about the Watcher on Marvel.com. Yeah, they're probably talking about the comic one and the show one at the same time. They're probably kind of merging them because they have the picture here from the actual show, but then they show like the comic book stuff right here. So it's like, are they talking about the same Watcher? You know, okay, but whatever. It states the Watcher is a being who exists outside the planes of space and time. He sees every moment that has happened, will happen, or is happening, not just in our universe. So somebody tell me, if the Watcher's seen everything that's going to happen, will happen, ever will happen, how come he didn't know Ultron was going to do this? It's like Ultron ascended past space and time beyond the Watcher's reach of possibility, beyond what the Watcher can possibly predict, meaning that he should be beyond space and time as well.
He became aware of
the Watcher's confused. Yeah.
I see you. Our universe is beyond my own.
The Watcher just confirmed what I told you about Marvel.com. He's seen everything, but yet he did not sense this.
Ever will happen. Ever could happen. What the hell is this? Leashed upon the multiverse.
Black Widow and Hawkeye were the last remaining hopes of this particular universe, right? It was getting so bad that the Watcher was actually rooting for these guys because they had the program to hack into him to defeat him. He's destroyed almost every life form, but these last two are the last hope.
I could save the multiverse.
An AI that can combat his code is their only hope, because they're not beating him with raw power. They got to hack into him and have a cybernetic battle. You know, this little space beyond space and time where the Watcher watches over can like see every universe and stuff. And Ultron literally busted into this realm, talking about transcendent. It's hard to pinpoint how powerful the Watcher is, but all we know is that he's a cosmic being that exists outside of space and time. He's a higher dimensional being, basically above universes, and Ultron's able to fight him, literally blitzing him. Ultron was controlling centuries, even though he wasn't presently in that said universe.
Not appear to be within the observable universe.
He's literally fighting the Watcher while controlling centuries from inside another universe while he's outside the universe. Like, make that make sense. The Watcher even says this should not be possible. Knocking the Watcher outside of his little space and time area? Of course, Ultron can blast away all of that. Matching freaking the Watcher in blast. That kind of lets you know how powerful this Watcher is. Getting a literal slugfest with this cosmic being. Shockwaves, tackling him through universes, literally getting to the size of a galaxy. Galaxy blasting away power. He can blast away galaxies with ease. I mean, you already know he can blast away a universe, but astronomers have discovered more than 3,000 stars, planets orbiting in our galaxy, letting you know how big a galaxy could be. Galaxies can be 52,000 light years wide, and he can just literally become the size of it and destroy it with ease. Ultron can even punch so hard he's altering space and time with reality-altering punches, literally retconning punches, overpowering the Watcher. He explains in literal narration the boundaries of the multiverse are irrelevant to beings like him and the Watcher, stating that he didn't evolve by staying inside the lines. He has access to infinite universes. He can see everything, and he even said it.
No one can stop me now.
The Watcher literally had to retreat to resort to recruiting a team of heroes, one of the main heroes being a very overpowered version of Doctor Strange that has absorbed centuries worth of beings or cosmic beings inside of his body. Pretty much making him a cosmic being too, for being honest. Oh, it's not bad writing. This Doctor Strange spent centuries absorbing different beings. Without this Doctor Strange, there's no way they could even hope to fight against Ultron in this state.
An artificial intelligence elevated to a cosmic being,
each controlling an essential aspect of our existence.
Well, that pretty much sums it up on how powerful Ultron is. Look how he can just choose to show himself even when he's not necessarily in the universe, just like pure cosmic being type stuff, like a narrator type stuff. This universe's version of Thor, attacks are a joke to him, like it's literally not hurting him at all. Does this to the environment with ease, breaks out of all these Mjolnir, took a blast from Doctor Strange, eating all of that heat. They stole one of the stones. had to fight this mob of zombies from another dimension. This was only to stall him. They knew they wouldn't beat him. He found himself face to face with a zombie Scarlet Witch, which gave him some issues for a bit, I'm not gonna lie. Blew her up though. He doesn't have all the stones right here, so he's a little bit weakened, but he's still ridiculously powerful, but he's still trying to get the other stone back. And if you somehow manage to rip one of his arms off, he can just grow it back with blast power that can blast away galaxies.
Destroy galaxies with a thought.
He fought off the entire Avengers even while weakened from one of the stones. They literally ganged up on him. Can't really do too much damage to him though. The only way they can get an opening from him is stealing one of the stones, have both the powerhouses blasting at the same time, while the other heroes pull alongside with him, only for this not to even work at the end of the day. The only reason they was able to defeat Ultron was because Ultron focused all his efforts on trying to blast through Doctor Strange's force field, who was severely powered up too, so that's not an embarrassing moment. That opening is what they needed for the other heroes to shoot the arrow inside of his eye to make him hacked by Arnim Zola. They couldn't really beat him with just straight raw power beats power. They had to use strategy tactics, hacking into his system. They couldn't beat him with just raw power. As you can see, he even states it, gotta get rid of him. Blast power. All this effort on Doctor Strange and the shield. See what I mean? Ultron is focused on Doctor Strange this much that they got to sneak up on him. You see he was about to break his shield, so Strange couldn't just straight up overpower him. And that's how they finished him. Even though Doctor Strange was this powered up, he still was no hope against this Ultron. He was going to break through his shield to end up overtaking him if it wasn't for the other Avengers sneaking up on him. It literally transcended infinite universes. Ultron in this Omega level state had the power to blast away multiple universes. You gotta respect them. It's nothing more to say. You think we might see him in Multiverse of Madness? Who knows? I'll see you guys later though. Marvel Cinematic Universe power levels are changing, guys. Y'all gotta respect them.